Спасибо, приятно слышать. О-о, Кейт ответила.
Да, давай сегодня поужинаем. С удовольствием.
Здорово, работяги. Сейчас, значит...
Having good titles and descriptions can be the icing on the cake to keeping your audience engaged. Hi everybody, I'm Karina Fragoso and I have a channel called English in Brazil, where I teach English to Brazilians and discuss a variety of topics. When I started my channel 4 years ago, my content was the only and most important thing. But now I see that good titles and descriptions are also very important to make people decide to watch your videos or not. So let's start talking about titles. The title is actually the first thing that I think of when I start planning a new video. With so many channels talking about the same stuff, having a lot of subscribers does not necessarily mean that you'll have a lot of views. So basically, you will have to convince your own subscribers to watch every new video you make. And the title is a key aspect to influencing people to make this decision. A good title has two main characteristics. It's searchable and attractive. A searchable title is common enough that when people search for something on Google or YouTube, your video is one of the suggestions that comes up. And an attractive title is interesting enough to make people click on your video when they see it on their timeline. Let's suppose I want to make a video about the verb to be. So I could think that, well, so the verb to be is a very basic topic, so the title of my video could be English Class 1, Karina Fragoso, which is my name. But the problem is that this title isn't searchable and isn't attractive at all. Who would search for my name if nobody knows me? So maybe the title of the video could be Everything About the Verb to Be. It is still searchable, but it's more attractive. You feel that you'll learn a lot from this video, so people tend to click more. 5 tips to master the verb to be. It's searchable and attractive. And lists are also interesting because they can help you increase your watch time, as people will want to know what the 5 tips are, so they will watch your video until the end. Now let's talk about descriptions. And it's worth spending some time writing descriptions for at least 2 reasons. Number 1, user experience. Viewers can read what your video is about before they watch it, which can determine their decision to click on your video. And number 2, search results. YouTube systems are getting better and better about understanding what's in your video, but titles and descriptions are still super important. Using keywords to describe your content can also increase your chances of being found on YouTube. Are your thumbnails as good as they can be? I'll be discussing that in our next masterclass video. Stay tuned.
There is a secret to winning on YouTube that nobody tells you. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake, helping you create something awesome. Today I specifically want to focus on teaching you about content and what content to make for your YouTube channel. The thing that nobody will tell you, especially when you're just getting started. What if I told you, despite all the genres and subcategories of YouTube, that there are only really 3 types of content on YouTube? In fact, of the 3 types of content you could make for a YouTube channel, most creators will only focus on doing 1. 3 types of content you could create on YouTube are referred to as hub, help, and hero content. Help content is search friendly. It's the kind of thing like tutorials and how-to videos. Hub content is share friendly and emotionally satisfying. And then hero content is mission driven and is something that either can help you achieve your goals beyond YouTube or might be newsworthy. This is how you're going to get discovered in YouTube, balancing these 3 types of content the correct way. Earlier I mentioned that most creators only focus on 1 type of piece of content. As someone who primarily does an education-based channel around creativity and entrepreneurship, I've had to learn how to balance this as well. and I wasn't good at it at first. I overwhelmingly focused on help content because that was the nature of my videos. A lot of it was tutorial based, and a lot of it is also giving advice. But because I'm a creative entrepreneur, I found that there are a lot of people who want to connect with me and the journey that I've been on, and they know that they've experienced similar things in their life. So I opened that up to vlogging as well, about that journey of what it's like to be an artist and be an entrepreneur, and in terms of hero content, working specifically with a sponsor or a brand that would actually share and distribute this using their platform, or tack onto something that might be happening in the news or a conversation that more people want to have. Or there might be a popular trend or tag, or there might be a new release of a product. With all of this different content, whether it's hub, help, or hero, it's important to also organize your content in a way your audience can understand, and in a way that makes it, practical to go from one video to the next video. Having that stuff in a playlist is really practical for the audience, but it's also great for search and discovery. It tells YouTube what videos are connected and related to each other, and a lot of times my videos that share a playlist are recommended to anyone who's already watched some of my videos and my content. Getting people to binge watch your content is much easier when it's in a playlist. There are less distractions, and the odds are that if you can get them to view from the playlist, they'll just watch more of your content, you'll accumulate more watch time, and that also means that your videos will be recommended to them more often because they're already watching them. And YouTube just wants to help us watch more of the content that we already enjoy. The nature of my videos has always been evergreen, something that I've wanted to touch on for a while. Your videos don't necessarily have to perform the best the day or the week that you release them. My most popular video to this day got most of its views 6 months after I put it out, and that video is now at over 1 million views, but it took a year for it to accumulate that. So you just never know. Consistent and reliable pieces of content are something your audience can rally behind, and that they will expect from you, and that they will enjoy and engage with. It also is extremely share friendly, but also elevates the value of your name. And that is important because beyond YouTube, you need to be building a brand, and that means your name has to matter to people, and it will matter if you're consistent. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. On the next one, we're going to be talking about visual branding and how that helps you stand out in YouTube. Take care. If there's a secret to success on YouTube, that's probably the secret. Know your audience. Welcome to my YouTube masterclass on content strategy. Today we're going to be talking about identifying your niche and your audience, as well as building out a unique visual brand that'll help you stand out in YouTube. Something a lot of creators struggle with from time to time is finding their unique voice and a style that helps them set themselves apart from other creators that are doing similar things to them. If you've ever seen my channel, you know that I cover a variety of content. Some days it's going to be Photoshop tutorials. Other days I'm going to be talking about how to build your personal brand. And on some days I'm going to talk about how to build and grow your YouTube channel. There was a real struggle at one point to figure out what was the unifying theme behind my channel, and I figured out what it was. It was creative entrepreneurship, because I am a creative entrepreneur. I've built a successful career and businesses around my creativity. There are at least 3 questions that I think most creators need to ask themselves when it comes to developing the niche of their YouTube channel. Who are you trying to reach? Everyone wants to build and grow an audience, but who is likely to respond well to the type of content you're gonna make? Be as specific as possible. If you try to please everyone, you will please no one. What content are you most excited about? What are you interested in? What is special to you? What makes you want to show up and create content each and every day? And then if you know who you're making content for, and those 2 things line up, then that is actually the secret. That's what's gonna make people decide to watch and subscribe to your channel and to share it. You also need to understand why you're making this content and why someone would watch it. If you decide that the audience you want to reach are gamers, people who are interested in video games, then you have to think about what type of video games you're interested in and realize that that's the audience that you're probably gonna end up reaching. And you have to be specific like this. It's not enough to say, oh, well, I'm a gaming channel. You could be a channel that is about retro video games, or specific genre of video games, or about the character psychology, or the plot, or story, or about the gaming industry. And that's gonna reach a different audience than somebody who wants to play mobile video games, like Candy Crush, or things of that nature. If you can make sure that your content lines up with something very specific every time that relates to the overall thing you're covering on your channel, then your channel will perform better. Once you have a very clearly defined overarching theme for your channel, packaging and presenting it is going to be very important, and this is where visual branding is one of your most powerful things you could do for your channel overall. There are several different visual elements that make up a YouTube channel, and it's important to cover all of them when you're building out your visual branding. One of the most obvious ones is going to be your YouTube channel artwork. This is at the top of your YouTube channel, and it can help people understand what your channel is about. Individual thumbnails help people kind of figure out what
Теплокровные, хладнокровные, насекомые. Теплокровные, хладнокровные, насекомые. Теплокровные, хладнокровные, насекомые. Всем привет, 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 хладнокровные,
Yeah.
Конкуренция.
Like